version of ourselves.
Yeah, we're still in our adventuring stuff, but we just aren't covered in blood and sinew.
Mm.
Sinew, not semen, Kieran.
It's still covered in semen, of course.
I mean, I can't speak for
mean,
everyone,
I
but
mean-
Lycoris isn't.
Some people
what
more
was
than
that
others.
for?
She's dealing with an actual boyfriend, so.
Yeah, but we don't know if he has the capability to make it or whether his is all penis plastic
That's true.
/ metal.
Well, you guys haven't found yet, so.
Yeah,
We
Cliff
still
still
haven't
hasn't
found
done
out.
his job and acted like a real bro and found out there yet.
Yeah, bros look at each other's dicks.
No, I meant he was being a bro to you by finding out what your boyfriend's packing.
I love that. Instead of figuring out themselves, everyone's like, what if we go down this ridiculously crazy route instead of literally just being like, do you still have a penis? That conversation's not going to happen.
Okay, fine. Lycoris can ask him that.
Yeah.
If it's mechanic, have you got an organic producer of sorts?
Gross.
It's just getting worse and worse somehow.
I'll just ask if he's fertile or not.
What?
Well, that's what it all comes down to, doesn't it?
I think, not gonna lie, it would be better if Anessa asked that particular question.
Would
Me?
it?
Vanessa
do it.
asking him, are you fertile, is not a conversation I think that will go down particularly well.
I assume he'll know I'm coming purely
Yes.
from scientific research mindset.
Esatari's. It would sound a little weird from Esatari, but it wouldn't be like, why do you want to know that? It'd be more like, why do you want to know that?
Well, considering she has a collection, it would sound more normal from Anessa to a degree, because it would just be like she would be making weird conversation, acting jammy, and being like, "Can you actually
How is your
still
dick?"
produce? Can you actually still produce, or are you only like top half mechanic?"
You
What's
know
going on
she's
with
gonna make it awkward.
that?
Are you fertile? Oi!
You're shooting blanks, mate. How's your dick work?
But yeah, all of us. Yeah, earlier on, right words.
Yeah, we're clean. We've all cleaned ourselves off. We're in our armor, but it's all shinied and looked after.
Not gonna lie, I don't even remember what Cliff's original adventuring clothes looked like, to be honest.
Mankini.
Oh, plus
He was topless, I think.
you sent. I'm looking.
Originally,
Quite a
he was
bit further
topless.
There
Okay,
was-
you look. Yeah,
Some
carry
like
on.
ball clothes up at the top.
I was going to say, as far as we know,
Wasn't he wearing like a pimp jacket with a
Oh, yeah.
furry collar?
he woke up in bed with a woman, so presumably naked, and as far as I know, he never got dressed. I'm just saying.
So he's just been naked this whole time.
No. The picture's only showing that he's topless, but I can't remember what he wore beforehand. Anyway,
He wore basic like knitted shirt because his home was literally like 10 feet to the left. So
you know what? Just for a second, I might just wear the armored sort of like suit that the crafters made me. But I might just rather than just wear it and just sort of like button up and all that, I might just button down slightly and just have a base sort of like white shirt that just makes it look smart casual.
Give people the view of the pecs.
Yeah, let's go with that.
With the premise of that is, it's how they're going to recognise us in the future, and you're like, okay, I'll
So
undo
when
the
we
buttons.
when we come back, there's going to be a smut novel that's about basically him with
Yeah.
with a different name. It'd be like his name was Highwin. No, his name was Griff.
Yeah.
no, can't be Biff or.
Chip.
Okay. Esatari is so
Skipper.
gonna start doing an underground like
Or it could
romance
be
novel about
a book
Griff.
about a guy called Clive.
Yeah, Clive.
Clive's not bad.
When you said Biff, that was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the bin company Biffer.
It reminds me of farts.
It makes me think of Biff and Chips.
That's what I was
It-
going
it,
for.
it makes me think of
Kipper.
Biff and Chip. Yeah.
And I once accidentally made a very bad assumption. I was like, I was working at M&S at the time, and I was like, I can't remember that woman's name, but her name's Biffa in it, and my HR was like, what? And I was like, that's a person's name, right? And he was like, no, that sounds fucking awful. And I was like, I forgot her name. Yeah, it was like I was talking about some new person that joined. I was like, yeah, she looks like she'd be a Biff. And he was like, mate, what the hell are you on about? And I was just, we're both laughing. And then our other mate came through and like, why are you guys up for that? I was like, the chance, yeah, it's just called some. You know who it is, that lady who started a couple of weeks ago, blah blah blah. He's called her Biffa, and he's like, oh, her name's like. He's like, I don't actually remember her name. I think her name's like. And he said something, and it was just like, oh, this is awkward. But anyways, yeah.
Whilst Atari is planning the fake name she's going to write for the fan fiction smut, I guess we just get ready.
Yep.
I'm already dressed and ready to go, so.
Something in between these two is what Anessa wears with a shoulder pauldron. That's a normal dress.
I think I have a photo of Lycoris's.
Okay.
Lycoris's looks like that.
Nice.
Yes, I remember this.
Yes.
Well, as you all... Oh, well, Megan's the only one left, but as you choose your outfits, after you've got yourselves all embellished, all armor-weared, Lupula waiting downstairs, just like... You see things around the tables and the bottles and everything's like moving on its own, and he's sat there at the table, apparently like taking gentle sips of what looks like water anyway. Turns, looks to see you all, goes, ah, there we are. Well, I see we're all sporting nice and clean clothes. Very good. The
He appreciates the cleaning you did.
Pure dad vibes. Well done. That's not dirty clothes today.
Yeah, you got a bath. Well done, guys.
And you wore deodorant. Good job.
Oh, I forgot to put that. I'm sorry.
And
I just imagine Anessa's just like sniffing under her arm, like she turns away a little,
Oh,
sniffs
no.
under her arm, just like, oh,
Yeah, but she's got magic. She can just press the digitation herself all clean anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just I've got my natural scent is enough.
Natural musk. It just sounds like something a creepy dude would say. Oh, your
It
natural
does.
scent is more than enough.
Ugh. You ruined it.
He sits up. Well, it will be technically along the bridge, but there's a whole procession. It will be within the next 3 hours. There has been some areas that are cordoned off between the two. It will be fun. It will be interesting.
Do you think any of us are actually going to have fun at this? Because I don't. I
Well,
think we're all so social awkward. No one's going to have a good time.
I think Esatari will have a great time because when else is she gonna grow a harem this large?
That's true.
Mhm.
Out of all of us,
She's-
she's the only
She's
one
gonna
who
be
might.
like everyone's eyes are gonna be on her.
I don't know. I thought it might be too big a crowd.
I mean, you don't want your numbers too big, then it becomes unmanageable.
And
Yeah.
she she can't talk to any of them. Will they actually like her? Guys don't just like her because she's pretty, right?
No, honey. Sure, they like her for so many reasons.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit unfair to go based solely on looks, but I will say that's until they know who you are, that's all they have to go off of. But you can show them that and more when you're all there
Yes.
being introduced. No, nobody's stripping. If you begin to strip,
Oh, damn it.
I will put you in
Uh.
magical shackles and I will remove you from this premises.
Ooh,
That
magical
sounded a little bit
shackles.
possessive there, Lupula. You don't want people to see Asatari's finer features.
I
No,
Can I just be
that's
clear? I was not
He's going
suggesting
to put her in
stripping
shackles.
at all.
I was.
He's gonna put her in fun shackles. I'm having this conversation in person with Anessa. Like we're like teenagers.
We're whispering backwards and forwards to each other.
I
just
I'd just been ignoring at this point, and then it's like, oh, Tara's like, no, wait, I never suggested stripping.
I'm like, I never got to be on this side, and I'm enjoying being on this side of the conversation.
See, I thought we were meant to show people who we are, so that's who we are. We're strippers.
If you believe your physique is who you are, then
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and have to ask you to not strip in the front of easily a few thousand people all at once, but
And
It's really
possibly
not
children.
going to be fun.
possibly
Possibly
children.
children.
Lots of
yeah.
children.
They can shield their eyes.
All of them?
I won't do it. I won't do it.
Good. Then I won't have to handcuff you and throw you down below.
Like, that doesn't sound like the fun
I was
handcuffs
gonna
that
say, easy,
Asatari
okay.
got offered.
Even I have to say that's a little bit kinky.
That you have literally all been down to the Underdark. You know it is not kinky. It
I
is.
mean, the
bit.
handcuffs are though.
Yeah.
Well,
I think Asatari only likes it though if she hears that you're putting them on.
he sees like as you mentioned it. It still
he
sounds
blushing yet?
kinky. He's like, in his head, he's thinking like, no, they're not. Oh well, kind of.
We're bullying him so much.
I just want to see if he blushes.
He kissed
Is
our
it-
friend.
He's currently like stroking his chin as he's thinking.
Oh. Okay.
That wasn't
There's
what I
no
expected.
blush.
This is less fun now.
There's
Yeah.
no
It's
blush.
less fun when he's taking it seriously.
I need to give him a pillow to like shield his crotch or something, just in case it gets embarrassing for him. Thinking about the
Get him to ask the trapper.
Well,
Yes,
he's kind of like muttering out loud to himself, like, well, I guess they do have weird spikes coming out of them. That could be misconstrued. But they do the job well. They're conduits to connect the energy out of the body.
Connect the energy from bodies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll stop with the clear and errant distractions. So, I will shortly open a portal to move us to where the astral lab is. Give you all some time to relax a little bit, to do any preparations you wish, to just come up with a speech if you so choose. There will be, I know the Emperor more than well enough, he will ask for you each to at least give a small statement of yourselves. The general way this will work is he will introduce the council, of course. The council will then, to a lesser degree, start talking about how things are going and yada yada, and new laws and so on and so forth. And then we will bring up the fact of your existence, of which I will then summon you to at the bridge, and he will introduce you as who you are. One by one, he will motion toward you. In that moment, if you take the time to introduce yourselves, tell them what you are, who you are, where you're from, and why you did what you did, that kind of mumble jumble, then it will help your standing, if that even really matters to you. In Gymnasta, especially, things like who you are matter a little bit more than they do here. But you've seen both sides of the upper and lower city. As you all are wearing these garments of yours, you will attract mixed attention from both. If you decide to give a good speech and arouse the interest of both sides, it might be diplomatically better for us, and it might be influentially better for you. On your return here, there could be many bonuses to you. I know, at least in terms of you, Lycoris, your family's not exactly poor, And I'm not saying to the rest of you that this is your time to make it big. All I'm saying is, win or lose when you go to Genasta for the tournament, on your way home people will have spoken about you. And I want you to choose whose mouths, whose words are being spoken.
Oh, okay.
The lower city, of course, has seen better days, but if they have something to aspire to, some people that will throw down the gauntlet in their name, it could arouse them. It could help pull them out from the recent misfortunes. If you appease the nobility or the rich of the High Town, it could mean quite a lot of additional funds. It could mean a lot of support. It could mean many things across your time, not only here, not only in Genasta, but wherever you go in the future. It's connection. It's all in whatever it is you all believe you need and what you think is important. Just remember, your words, as do your actions, carry more weight than most. But I'm rambling. You will be introduced. The king will then say final few words, and a party will begin. We will open the gates to upper and lower city for one day, in which everybody may mingle, and after that, things will return to normal. But for one whole day, your names will be on the lips of every person in Gustodon. And you get to choose how long that stays the case.
In what regards would I be saying I've helped in regards of being a part of the group of heroes?
Well, the cover story between you all was that you came along to aid as the additional cleric, right?
Okay.
I do believe that's the broad scope of what I've overheard you mentioning. So if you wanted to use that as your get-in, it would make sense. I will admit, though, obviously things happen, it is as it is, but people are seemingly aware of the lineage, or at least aware of your wings in this form. So whether or not you keep that to yourself, I cannot say if the question will come to life. I leave it up to you, because obviously when the incident in the bathhouse occurred, there were other civilians and tongues wagged. But just be wary.
Okay. I suppose I can be creative on that regard.
I also have a question.
Mm.
Obviously, with my background, probably not a good thing to talk about myself very much. How do I get around that?
Well, you're sort of a a problematic area in that case, because your family, your mother anyway, is very well known, and there is no avoiding that fact. If if you were to choose, after being reinstated as her daughter, publicly to say that you're not the daughter, it will have a sort of backlash.
Oh no, I more meant my previous job.
Oh,
If that makes sense.
you mean? And then he makes a motion around the room.
The working for a specific guild.
Mm.
People in
Well,
Lowtown know me on that aspect, not the other. Although only specific people know about that.
well, I would say that could possibly aid to your benefit, really, because the the darker side of the towns are I don't know how to put it into words. They love a figurehead. So if they see one of their own in with the council, myself included, it could be more of a betterment to your likelihood of getting contracts if you ever wanted to do that again. But in terms of possible threat, I don't believe they would try anything.
No, I more meant rumors spreading about everyone else's character for being linked to me, but I guess they'd be outing themselves at the same time.
Of course. And in fairness, since we got rid of the Apex around here, a lot of the darker underbellies have sort of simmered a little bit. We've, after releasing a few of the slaves for allowing them a degree of freedom for some and allowing the others to be workers, it sort of, they relaxed a little bit because these people are very useful for them. And as you said, if your allies look like they're with someone of your caliber, whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, it is a reputation. And I would say, worst comes to worst, I will call a few of my contacts.
Everyone thought I was a monster hunter, so I'll stick with that.
Well, really, has that ever changed? Monsters can take many forms. Mine or Big Lizard.
Fair point.
Anybody else have any concerns?
And I think
I
this
think
looks
we've
really
about covered
awkward.
Okay.
Is there anything that we really, really, really shouldn't talk about?
Taking your clothes off.
That. Yes, noted.
Well,
Maybe don't mention Mama Dearest, just to be safe.
Okay.
there are very few topics other than the ones we spoke of during the meetings that should never come to light. I would say your lineage as an ancient is one that should be respected, but due to the way the world views it, it has become askewed. So it wouldn't be the worst thing. Not to mention, I apologize if I'm being presumptuous, but I feel like you don't want to be associated with that name, much less
Yep.
with the woman that caused it.
Yes.
You already are respected and loved in the eyes of the people here as of what you are, so just tell them you are that. Oh, while I'm at it, you never really asked, so I assumed you were okay with it. Would you like your other tail back?
What?
Your
You can do.
Yeah, of course I can. I specifically cannot do it, but I have a scroll to help you do it.
Does it hurt?
I'm not going to say no, you're regrowing an entire limb, but at least it won't hurt for long.
I think I'm okay for now.
Okay.
It might have been a dumb move, but it reminds me of the sacrifice that I was willing to make. Look over at lad.
And that could be something that you say when you are asked, who are you?
Who
Like
do you
the
fight for?
disability card. I'm a cripple.
Well, I was
I'm a hero.
I think he more meant that you're willing to go to great lengths to protect people.
Yes,
And then you can
definitely
just
that.
gesture at your
But the
missing.
cripple thing too. I can get a blue badge. Park anywhere you want. Bye.
So you could teleport
Yeah,
anywhere you want.
Park our cart that's gone. R.I.P. Carty.
I can't do.
God, what a sad memory.
But yes, if it ever comes necessary, just let me know.
And let you know that it's good to know there's an option.
Other than that, I feel like everything else that would be taboo, you all would already be sensible enough to make taboo. So, I believe that is about it. Oh, and the same protocols socially as always. If you are spoken to by the etc. as me or the council or the emperor, the usual courtesies and etc.
What's the title for the emperor again? Your Majesty.
Yeah, Your Majesty, Emperor, etc.
And the council people, are they lords and ladies?
Indeed.
So we should say my lord or my lady or my majesty. Your majesty, not my majesty. That's a bit possessive.
You're mine. I believe.
He's married.
I believe Willow kind of takes either or, so.
You're my lordy.
Well.
My liege. Would liege be the gender neutral version?
I suppose it could work, yes. Either way, it's an honorific to the target.
I'm just gonna hope they don't talk to me. Not in a rude way, but then I don't have to know which is the right title.
Well, more than likely it will be a silent affair on their part. But who knows? Anything can happen these days. Right, I am going to take this moment to prepare a portal. All of you, feel free to grab whatever other little bits you believe you'll need. We will be, as I said, staying at the astrolabe for a little while. I will have food prepared for you, so that you are not going on empty stomachs. After that, that will be time towards the venue.
Can Vlad and co travel with us now and then just get off the thingamabob?
It's not a drop-off service, but if you want them to come and stay in the astrolabe.
It just feels like Vlad can get into less trouble if he's being monitored.
Maybe that.
I also sort of worry about the young man tinkering with all of my fantastical books, but I'll just set my auto servants onto destroy mode if he touches anything. That'll do it. I see I'm not good at jokes yet.
Oh, that was a joke.
I will have to work on that.
I thought it seemed perfectly reasonable.
Maybe I do
Not
spend.
a joke to Satari.
She's just there like, fucking what?
She's like, I think if anyone tries to fuck with the books, they should be annihilated on sight.
Fair. I see no issue.
Well, I should probably take some more time outside of libraries and meetings. But enough about that. I shall await you all at the door. Then he starts to
Want that to be the actual sound that he makes when he walks. He's like,
I got the impression that he's kind of floated.
He did. It does,
Yeah.
yeah.
okay then. I guess we're gonna go have to talk to loads of people.
Oh, how exciting.
Can I take the D&D version of an aspirin before we go?
Yes. Like that too.
Oh no, I say we just take a quick shot.
Yeah, even better. That's better than aspirin.
Shot of hard liqueur before we leave. Liquor, even.
Liqueur, because I'm
The
fancy.
shot of Baileys.
Oh, what oh, so fancy. I'll have a shot of wine, please. I'll treat myself.
No, it has to be prosecco.
No.
Champagne.
In a new bottle, I don't want this piss wash shit that someone else has had.
Yeah, it can't be open or it loses its flavour.
Can you smell?
It's sense of vintage.
I was going to say,
Vintage.
can you smell the vintage, the age of the? It's like, no, shut up.
I do that all the time when we get wine. I just turn to people. I'm like, yes, it's got legs. Because it's the only thing I know that's a legit wine terminology. I'll swirl it around my glass and be like, yes, it has legs. I don't know what it means.
Does that mean?
You know when you swirl wine around a glass and it leaves that sort of like film
Yeah.
where it had been?
Yeah.
Apparently that's called legs.
Oh.
Because whenever I used to get wine when I was younger, my granddad would be like, no, you've got to check if it's got legs. So I'd swirl it around and I'd be like, yes, it has legs. I don't know what it means, but it makes me feel fancy when I say it.
It's alive.
Ah!
I was gonna say I'd be very concerned if my wine had legs.
Ugh.
Just it turns out to be a mimic.
Yeah, it's a mimic roll. No.
It lives inside you now. It likes where it lives,
Yeah.
but it's getting hungry.
Dark and twisty in here too.
So, what are you all doing?
I guess
But we're
I'll
already
go-
ready, right?
But yeah, we haven't got anything we
Yeah.
need to. Anyone got anything illegal they need to leave? Any drugs, illicit substances?
We allowed to drink
Atari
here?
inside my head. I'm all good to go.
Only in my head.
I'm going to quickly get rid of fully sober thoughts and add a shot of a not so sober thought. So I'm just going to have a shot of a drink.
Me too. Let's get the vodka.
We turn up absolutely smashed.
I said I'm having a shot.
It's a
not
confidence
bottle.
shot to be able to
wanted
talk
to
in front of all those
see.
people.
They wanted to see a true representation of us, and this is us.
You turn up fucking pissed.
You're
Holding-
pissed. Cliff's half naked with women batting their
Hanging off
eyelids
him.
at him. Esatari's just glowing and like not even figuratively, like she's literally glowing.
It's not illegal to glow.
And like Chorus is like not doing anything in particular. She's just standing there. But to everyone else, it looks like she's glaring and is wanting to kill them.
Standing there menacingly.
An actual grey cloud aura around her
Yeah.
that you can see.
Mhm.
What a group we are. And Vlad's just fucking about with something in the background.
I guess I'll just wave goodbye to Mythalos and go to the door.
I'm just going to wave at him and walk off, say nothing else.
Hi.
I don't think he's near us though, is he? Did he come out? He wouldn't have been awoken because he wasn't the people
He
was trying
was
to
not.
wake up.
He was not
Were you-
Holocron.
Was he in bed with you though? Would you have woken up as you
I was
went
just about
out?
to ask.
No, like Horus was downstairs cleaning
Oh.
all the glasses you left after you drank a wine glass. Every glass of wine you had in a different glass.
I do
I was
that.
cleaning it
really
up.
do. I do that. I'm like, I've had some juice, but I need a different glass for my coke.
Well, in that case, I will knock
Stressing
on
me
the
out.
door before we leave and be like, "See you later."
Is he actually in your bed?
I don't know. Is he in my
Do you
bed?
share a bed?
I think they share a bed.
Hmm?
Ooh. That's so exciting. When's the wedding?
I assume he's still asleep.
He is.
Oh, I'm not going to wake him up. That would be rude. Or would it be rude? I don't know.
think
Is it rude?
No, I think he'd prefer to be woken up because we're off to be heroes.
I'm
I
going to
would
pop
be
my
like-
head out the door and be like, Esatari!
I'd be like, do I mean nothing?
Yeah, I'm gonna
to
go
you?
back
Why
to the
didn't
top.
You wake me up.
I'm going to go to the top of the stairs and just stare at Esatari, which I hope by now she understands what I mean when I just stare at her.
Advice needed. Silent advice
I
needed.
just looked over and saying to her head, "Everything okay?"
Mr. Loss is asleep. Do I need to wake him before we go, or...?
I think he'd probably like to know that you're setting off.
How does... How does one wake someone politely?
With a kiss. Sorry, interjecting here.
With a light nudge, a
I
swirl
have
of
telepathy.
hair.
Because if you shake their shoulder and gently call their name?
She's not gonna do it gently.
I will try.
And shake gently as well, with increasing firmness if they don't wake up.
In case
Okay.
they're dead.
I hope not. That would be quite
Very
not good.
traumatic.
Okay.
You're not in this head conversation.
No.
I go in and I will gently pat him on the shoulder, and just say, Mr. Lost? Does he wake up?
Sorry, that was just weirdly perfect timing because I had a message from Jock. He does.
He does?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We have to go to that ceremony now, so...
Peace.
It's
Yeah.
goodbye. It's goodbye.
Are
I'll be
you
a hero when I come back.
coming along, or are you just gonna hold down the fort?
He pushes himself up a little as he sits up in the bed. The quote falls down. He is shirtless, of course.
Yeah.
Looks toward you and just he kind of gives you a nod, does a little yawn into his hand, and then goes, "Yeah, just give me 2 minutes."
Okay. I will start walking towards the exit, I guess. He's shirtless but has pants on, right?
Do
Nope.
you stick around to find out?
Yep.
There's a... Hey, wait. There's a mirror. Oh, the mirror's pointing the wrong way. Damn. I was gonna try and be tactical and like look in the mirror.
Angle the mirror.
No, what I'll do is I'll start walking towards the door, and then when I hear movement, I'm gonna turn around as if I've forgotten something, and then react accordingly.
Make a
Peeping on
performance check.
No, it's gonna see through
No!
it while you check it out, my junk.
It's awkward, whatever she does, and my fucking charisma's so poor.
I'm so excited.
I want to go back on this now, but I can't.
Nope. No retcon.
Not bad.
Check out that junk.
He's
But he can feel her emotions.
Yeah, but I guess.
Go back.
You don't know what the curiosity could be. The curiosity could be something else, maybe.
I'd
It's
say there's
definitely
a
no. It's definitely gonna be. That was peen.
he sits up slowly. The quote fully like pushed off him at this point. He's got like shorts essentially, like barely above the knees.
Yeah, I was gonna say I highly doubt he'd be fully naked in the bed that Lycoris is in as well, considering they haven't even fucking kissed.
You kissed
I
him, he
was
just
I
didn't know
was
about
wondering
it.
if you'd been in the bed that you should know if he was naked or not, but I wasn't
Yeah,
sure. If
but
you'd
I
be
think
go
it
in
was
the bed
more
at all
it
or
was
not.
more just curiosity of how much you could see.
As you are like walking away, like casual, and you like turn your head in that surefire, like oh fuck, and you turn around, like your eyes like catch him in periphery, and then you keep on turning, and see as he's slowly like standing, and his face is getting that moment of like, oh, she's turning back around, and then there's a scant bit of embarrassment that you both feel. You feel it naturally. He's feeling it because you've turned around and you're fully staring at him. He, far as you can tell anyway, has natural bodily implements. Let's put it as carefully as we can on that one. It doesn't.
Morning word.
Yes.
I hadn't even thought of that.
and as you're looking at him, the embarrassment that he's feeling, realizing that he's got something going on, you immediately feel, and then as you're looking at him, and your eyes are already staring there, you're immediately just like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, and you're both
Yeah, I'm
feeling
just
it
like,
beaming off of each other.
We'll be downstairs. I'm just gonna turn and like
He's already
speed
like
walk out the room.
he literally like had jumped back onto the bed and like quickly thrown the quart over himself, turned himself into a burrito almost. He's like, oh my god, oh no. And by that point,
I'm
you're already
gonna
gone.
yeah, I'm gonna go zooming out the room, shut the door loudly, like
Poof.
not very subtly, and come back down the stairs and try and look as normal as possible. I'm trying.
I was just about to click insight as well.
So is he coming with us?
He'll be down soon. He's just getting
Okay.
dressed.
Oh. Everything is completely normal.
Yep.
So normal, it's
Yeah.
boring.
Yeah, he woke up. He's gonna get dressed and he'll come and join us.
Okay.
Nice to have a bit more company then.
Mhm. We love company.
I guess we'll just carry on getting our bits together or whatever it is we're doing.
After a couple of minutes, Lycoris, you and Trapper are both still feeling that kind of raw embarrassment bouncing off of each other. You, as you walk down, you take a minute, stood behind the wall before you go down the stairs, and you're just kind of like rubbing your face and just trying to like squeeze the cheeks in, like, oh, don't think about it. Don't think about it. They'll see it the second you go down. Otherwise, take a deep breath, and then you turn the corner, put your arms to your side, and just slowly walk down. As you're walking down, you kind of like rub the corners of your eyes, rub your cheeks a little, and it looks like you've just rubbed a little too hard, and there's this slight blemish of red for what little you can make. And
Is he as convincing?
it seems maybe not.
Is he convincing enough for Esatari?
No.
Damn it.
Actually, let's find out. Does he have anything in?
I didn't think he was particularly charismatic.
He is not. He's got +2, so
Oh, he's more charismatic than I am.
he does not have
Good job.
any skills in the charisma line though. Oh, never mind.
We are so good at this.
As he comes down to the edge of the stairs, he's actually fully clothed, of course. He's wearing more like. It's kind of like. It's a suit, pants, and tie kind of thing, but without the suit. It looks more like he's trying to be a bouncer in a fancy club than anything else, and sleeves rolled up. As he walks down, you two are still feeling that like between you. He's looking around. His face is not flushed anymore. You can see. You're pretty sure he's put on some kind of like concealer or something around his skin to cover it. He looks around and he takes a very familiar sounding like kind of sigh.
As he sighs, I'm going to walk up to him and say, "Hey, looking quite smooth, mate."
Thanks. And you, when? Oh, right, sorry. You're all going to the meeting thing, right? The heroes thing.
Yeah. You alright? You just woken up, I'm guessing. You seem a bit not completely with it, yeah?
Yeah, I had sort of a surprise, I guess. It's fine though, nothing to worry about.
I sort of lean in and I just say, "Any advice you need, or
No.
you just
No.
processing?"
No, I'm okay, thank you.
I just sort of like give him that pat on the shoulder. Do I notice anything off when he says surprise? Do I do an insight?
Go for it.
Okay, nothing's up.
Yeah, he's giving off that energy of like he's too tired to want to talk to anyone right now, and since you two have had enough of a little thing together that he's trying not to be rude about it, but he is giving off like let's not do this energy.
That's fine. Which that pat on the shoulder will be sort of like a squeeze on the shoulder, and just followed by a light pat, and just be like, "All right, do it. You do you, mate." And I'll just walk around to see what's happening and if everyone's ready to go.
Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you four, Vlad, well, my brain missed a loss, and Ishkari all stand in front of Lupilla. He's currently stood at the door. He turns around. You see that he's marked into the back of the door a series of these small, like pinpoint dots in this gentle purple ink. He places his palm on it lightly. Are we all ready to go? Obviously, again, we've got a little while, so it's not really a big deal just yet, but more than likely it's gonna be at least a couple of hours before you get back. Have you got everything? Because I'm not making another portal just because somebody forgot their favorite this or that.
Are we armed for this or not?
I would say you can bring whatever arms you deem natural to your person. It shows off what you use.
I'm gonna pull mine out my boobs. Because I can. I don't have
You
a
have
sheath.
somewhere to
I
put. I was gonna say, you have
I
somewhere
don't
else
have a
to
I
put
don't
it.
have a sheath anymore. I got rid of it. Oh.
You're just gonna hold
I'm gonna
it.
put it. I'm gonna put it back. I can't just hold it in the hands. It seems a bit threatening.
We might have hours before the actual thing. You're just like holding the sword the whole time.
Would it be hours?
I don't.
You've
know.
got 3 hours until the actual meeting.
Oh no, I'm not holding it for 3 hours. Fuck that. No.
I'll ask Lupula if he can hold on to something for me.
I can if you want me to. Is
It
there?
would be the ring in the box.
Oh, yeah,
Because I'll
absolutely.
hand in the box and I'll just say, yeah, whilst being away at the ceremony, I wouldn't exactly trust, well, having it left here, and I could hold it on me, but don't know if anyone would try to take something off me, and, well, I can trust you to keep it secure.
Well, thank you firstly for the trust. Secondly, he holds it in his hands, and you see he lets go of it, so it would drop into his palm, but it disappears into this small violet portal in between his palm, and then he grasps that fist tight, and then he reveals the hand, kind of like a magic trick. He goes, ta-da! Whenever you need it, just let me know.
Savvy, I like it. Shadow.
So, anybody else?
I locked the front door because I forgot that we hadn't locked the door.
Well, you
And
currently are still in the building.
Yeah, but we're all teleporting out,
Yes.
so we need to lock it from the inside.
Yes.
So I'll go lock the door.
Okay.
Have we ever locked this door before?
I feel like we should start if we haven't.
It's never been said, but to be honest, I mostly just assume.
I'll lock it.
Okay.
I assume we're leaving Ravi here.
Yeah.
He's currently
I think
curled
so.
next to the fire, just looking over toward you all with that victimizing eye of like, how could you leave me?
Well, at least we keep him safe by locking him in the building. He can't go on a walk.
But what if there's a fire? We need to make sure he can get out. Okay.
Well, he can go out the back door. The back door's connected to the to the mountain, so he'll be safe
Okay.
out there. But no one can get in there if that makes sense because it's carved
Yeah.
into the mountain.
Okay then.
Unless they can fly over the building.
We'll leave that open for him then.
Can he
Dad's
fly?
gonna give him a lovely hug.
Uh,
Oh wait, I don't know if that's flying speed.
ish. He's
I don't
got.
think
Could
he
he
can
fly
fly high. He's
over
really
a
heavy,
building?
isn't he?
He can't fly
Okay,
over a
that's all right
building.
Okay,
I
that's
think
fine
it's
then.
just like a hover thing, isn't it? From
Basically, yeah. If he's not
Mm.
landed at the end of his turn, he drops.
yeah, he's heavy.
If I see he's looking all upset, I'll just speak to him. It's like, okay, you're in charge of looking after this place, Ravi. Okay, we're all going to be out for the day. I know it's not fun having to stay here by yourself, but we're relying on you.
If there's a fire, go outside.
Me and Dad are gonna give him a hug.
As you two are like hugging onto him, he stands, pulling you both up with him, and he does this little like stamping his foot on the ground.
Oh.
In a mixed level of defiance and also obvious joy, and then slowly lowers you both.
I'll put some food out for him as well. So he's not hungry.
Oh, big dog. Make sure he's got access
Yeah,
to
he's like,
Oh,
he's got
yeah.
water. Go outside to go potty. I think we've got everything now, haven't we?
I think so.
Guess we're good to go then.
So you all waddle toward the door. He places his palm onto the door, mutters quietly under his breath, making these odd finger motions with his left hand. Imagine basically Naruto nonsense. And then points his fingers toward the door as if he's about to push. The hand that's still on it, you see energy glows around it, and the door itself seems to open with a gentle creak. Behind the door, you see a weird kind of purple vortex, and a massive field of purple energy, and there's this immediate scent of an open field that rushes toward you all. As the door is opened, he places his hands to his side, takes a step forward, and moves into the vortex. The second he moves into it, he seems to immediately blip and disappear.
Is this different to how we normally teleport?
A little bit.
This feels different. Normally we just like blink out of existence and then reappear, right?
Mm.
I guess we step through.
No.
Yeah.
I'll wait till last and everyone else has gone through.
So, as one by one everybody starts boop 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 boop. As you at the end look forward, just kind of shrug, walk through. Each of you appear in the astrolaban room, and as you appear in, you've walked through what would normally be the main door to the room to enter the astrolaban room, You see the entire room itself is currently covered in this purple, like, light misty, almost sort of smoke. As the portal, air quote, the doors shut behind you, the mist subsides. Lupilla sat at the other end of the room. There is a long table filled with all manner of food. There's a couple of bits and pieces that look like something straight out of like someone's Etsy store for Halloween, like pure like dark like cupcake kind of things, like little squiggles of some kind of like pumpkin or a spider or something on it, like very over the top and clearly festive, decorated stuff. There's some bits that look like beasts of burden that have been killed and made into a fine meal. You can still see some odd bits and pieces of like fruit and veg as well. Some that are kind of like a durian. Others that have like tons and tons of like hair on the back of it, but it's been sliced in half, and you can see on the inside of it, it's kind of like watery and has a kind of a gentle teal colour to it. And there are multiple chairs that have been set out for everyone to either sit down on or to grab a plate and feed themselves with. As the room comes into view, he, still standing there, he picks up a couple of plates and puts them down across in front of each of the chairs, and then turns around. He moves his arm up, he whispers softly into his palm, and from the furthest corners of the room you see these flickering purple lights for a second turn into these elongated squares, and then they take the shape of what looks to be similar to glass, purple glass. And then that purple glass seems to shimmer as if light is constantly refracting off of it, and you then see the image of the bridge. And then on one of the other corners you see another angle of the bridge, and then the same with the next two. It's a viewing room, baby. What do you guys want to do?
I guess I'll go take a seat.
I'm just like taking lead from Lycoris because she doesn't know what's going on.
Stood awkwardly. I don't eat, so like I don't need to eat anything.
I don't know what the etiquette is.
Just follow Asatari.
Okay.
She can do no wrong anyway. She's besties, special besties with him.
So
I follow her then.
go up to the table and you said there was like seats with plates in front of them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to look at a few of the views of what the viewing room is showing before I go and get some food.
For the most part, you can see it's one showing one side of the bridge, which would be toward the lower streets. One's showing the upper streets. One's showing an overview of the bridge itself, and the last one seems to be following someone who, probably some equivalent to a cameraman, someone who's got like the device that causes these things to have motion, is just holding it. And they're stood like 50 feet or so away from council members who are currently like slowly one by one over time gathering in the middle of the bridge and kind of like talking amongst themselves. There's a full like easily 30-40 plus guards that normal people wouldn't even be able to see half of them, but with these views you see here, a couple of them are like on the cliffs below the bridge, prepared just in case something does happen, and there's quite obviously like normal guards, and some of them you believe just looking at them are the same like assassin level guards that were with the council when you met them, but disguised as normal troops.
Okay. Interesting.
But there appears to be several hundred people waiting on both sides. The gate is currently closed, and there's an assortment of like beasts of burden and the like on the low town side, stocked to brim with carts that have assorted foods and stuff like fireworks and the like, and they're ready to put on a full show.
Did you take Vlad with you when you went to the table? Vanessa.
Vlad is with me. I've given him daggers and been like, stay with me.
He'd already, the second you all walked in, he'd already disappeared off to one of the corners of the room.
Nom 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 nom.
No!
He's currently like finger on the tip of his mouth, just like looking around like, ooh, what is? Oh, is that a dirty magazine?
No.
Oh no.
No.
Is it?
And as your eyes quickly dart around the room, you see him and you hear that. It's like, oh no, no, no. You look toward where he's looking. He's literally at basic literature. He's literally just looking at English books, pretty much.
And hoping, willing it to be a dirty magazine.
I'll leave him. I'll leave him having his fun and hope he doesn't find one.
I feel like Lupula would be smart enough to hide that somewhere it's not in plain view.
Maybe that's the beauty of it. It's in plain
True.
view and no one will expect it.
Yeah, no one expects it until a teenage boy finds it.
Yeah. As you all get some food and you enjoy the ambiance.
Oh,
1 second.
One.
No.
You all look around. The hours slowly start to trickle forward. And you see that the bridge gets more and more occupied. Or more specifically, the sides toward the bridge anyway. As of the moment, Gavorn Gustodon is not on the bridge. Solomon Gustodon even. Urias isn't there. Rune, Solviana, and Willowhroth are there at the moment. Every now and again, Lupula kind of gives general updates saying this thing will be going here, and this will happen, and the Emperor will arrive when. And as it gets to about half an hour just before, Solomon Gustodon appears at the bridge, followed by a full retinue of quite evidently assassin level guards. It's full display. Coming from Hightown, he fully is walking from Hightown. And as he meets up with the other council members, they begin chatting, and the people from Lowtown and Hightown both begin cheering, seeing their emperor. He is followed by, surprisingly, Urias, about barely 5 minutes later. And the people that are with him appear to be slaves, as most of them have collars on of some kind. And Urias has some kind of bracelet around his wrist with multiple little red beads of something, some kind of gem, that every now and again one of them will randomly light. But as it comes to the last few minutes, what do you guys want to do, if anything?
I'm pacing back and forth, planning in my head what I can say that's going to be the least bad thing to say.
Yeah.
Nessa's doing the same.
Ask Lupula what exactly is, talk me through what's going to happen.
Yeah, we need to know what's
Yeah,
actually
can we have an
going on.
agenda, please, with accurate timings? And
Yes, please.
Here's a chart I made earlier.
Seriously, that's
So-
how I would approach something like this.
Yeah, same.
So,
Yeah.
firstly, it will be Emperor. I was going to say Gavon again. God damn it, Gavon Gaston kind of runs off the tongue. Solomon will. He'll arrive. Big speech. Hello, my people. Blah 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 blah. He'll say this day many changes. Blah blah blah. Big speech, and then he will say that there have been changes to the way things are. They're not ready to implement them just yet. They are going to talk to him about them to some degree today, but before that, they want to introduce you guys essentially. After saying this is this person, you introduce yourself, say what you do, all that crap, and then continue until the end of the line. You will be mentioned as fully fledged like heroes of the kingdom, and that you are going to represent them in the tournament. After that, they will award you essentially like keys to the kingdom kind of thing, which, by the way, is basically what Chloe was after this entire time from the start. But
Woo!
yeah, after you're given that, you are made publicly known as the heroes, and then they will start a party in, well, technically your honour, but
You don't have to go to it though, right?
No.
Good.
people will just get blasted either way.
Okay, I feel slightly better about that. I'm still going to be pacing and thinking about what I'm saying, but
Like
I feel
Twitch.
slightly. Yeah. Slightly regretting agreeing to be known as the heroes now, but hey ho.
So, fashionably just about late, almost, Dahlia appears and steps beside the council, and as she appears, Lupula looks toward you all, sits up from the table. Let me just be right back real quickly. He walks toward the front door, pushes it open, the vortex disappears into it, the door's shut behind him. You see on the screens that he lands just behind the council and takes his place next to them. As he lands next to them and they will sit in a line, he claps his hands twice, and you guys hear it in a lesser scale than what you did earlier because you're not involved in it anymore, but the sound of clamouring bells radiate across the entirety of the bridge and a good mile between that high town and low town. You see on the screens that people start to quiet and look towards the centre. As they do, multiple little spheres of this gentle, greeny blue start to shimmer into existence around Lupula, and he flicks his hands, sending them off into sparse different places all across Gaston, so everyone can hear. They take the shape of the same mirrors that you have in the rooms with you, and everyone can see and everyone can hear. Solomon takes a step forward, arms behind his back, still wearing his full emperor's robe, looks around. He makes a motion with his hand toward one of the guards at the gate. The guard pushes the gate fully open, and Solomon looks forward, raises his hand, and a glass appears in his hand. He raises it, throws it to the ground, smashing it, and then throws his arms wide. Some of the nobility you can see just about very much give him a very quick, like, fancy, like, oh yes, 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 clap. The lower half look toward him with that face of like, Oh, oh, okay. He then lowers his arms down, back behind himself. My people of Gaston, it is a sight, one I have not beholden in a few hundred years, seeing the gates flung open, and lower and upper, observing each other with clear, unbroken eye contact. There will be, at the very least today, no breaking of trust. There will be no societal constructs that will afford anyone more power over the other, just for today. So, as a man, and nothing more, I come to you humbly with prosperous news. We have suffered over our lifetimes, but never before have we ever suffered as cruelly as we did to our horrendous neighbour before her evacuation. She came to our kingdom, summoned our long-resting kin to aid her in her foul machinations. The end result caused a lot of death, and there have been many speculations into who stopped this vile incursion. We intend to answer that question today for all of you. But before we get to that, I wish you all to know that because of these very same people we are about to introduce to you, we are working on plans to loosen the incredibly strict laws that were imposed immediately after that event. I want you all to know that what we did was not out of malice, it was strictly out of concern for everybody's safety. And the alleviation of which would be of my greatest pleasure. But there will need to be a few delicate operations made beforehand. And those of you within the crowd, he holds up his hand and he shows his rings. Like, as far as you can tell, he doesn't have a air quote collar, but he shows his rings. Those of you with collars, I will speak directly to you. You are pride. You are children of magic. I did not wish for a burden of suspicion to fall onto you all. But with the attack, there was too much fear we had to control for a while. That time, like all others, will pass soon enough. All I ask is you give us a little more time. But we will move on from that to the point of today's revelry. Firstly, we will, like we had intended for a long, long time now, finally introduce representatives of our own to the inaugural Tournament of Ascension. The people that will be representing us are ones that possibly, perchance, some of you may have already encountered in your time. And for others, they may be new faces. But either instance, I present unto you all the heroes of Custodon. And then he turns around, he motions his right arm as he turns around and looks, seemingly as if he's looking directly at the screen toward you all. Lupula then turns, makes a gentle snap motion with his fingers, and the doors fly open. And you each hear, in your own time, of course, but you know, it's only the kingdom.
I'm just gonna speak until Ichorus' head. I think maybe you should step out first. We'll be right with you.
I
Mr.
grit.
Vane.
I grit my teeth and I will start walking there first.
We're all going out at the same time, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll back up my promise and I'm following right behind you.
I will look over to Mrs. Olaf with slight panic as I'm walking to the door.
He steps forward. He places a hand on your shoulder and just gives you an affirming nod. And you can feel with the connection that there's a sense of pride and a little twinge of trust. He knows
Nice.
you've got this.
Okay. Let's go. If Vanessa's not moving, I'm gonna like gently
I'm moving, I'm moving.
corral her
Oh.
towards the door. Guess we step out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna end it there.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
I guess we have time to think about what we're gonna say then.
Yeah.
Yup.
I've been typing in the background. It's like, oh my god, what do I say?
Damn, I actually had thought of what I was going to say.
Now, kids, your homework for the
Add
week
little
before the
notes.
next session. Yeah, think of what you want as your character's introduction. Imagine, pretty much just imagine it like you've finished your journey. What do you? Even better yet, imagine like you're working like in a bar, like the adventuring life's over for you. You've had your fun, like the world is saved. You are in normal living conditions now, and random buttfuck nobody one level adventurers come in trying to trash the place, talking shit. How do you introduce yourself to them?
I was thinking more it was like an Alcohol Anonymous introduction.
I mean, yeah, yeah, that works too.
My name's Lycoris, and
Hi, Lycora.
I have a problem.
Well, actually, several. It's my party and my sword, but
We'd be here too long to discuss them. Are we gonna have to like roll charisma or anything, or
there could be a chance of it. Yeah, of like performance, persuasion, deception,
God.
all that fun stuff.
You know
But-
what? I'm real glad that I have my fucking inspiration for this now. Because my luck, I'll say something and then you'll be like roll, and it'd be like nat one. Everyone thinks you're a fucking prick.
No one
No.
understands why
How-
you're here.
How long does it have to be? Is it like a
Just-
full?
No, it can be as
Speech
long as
or-
you want it to be.
Okay.
So what are we doing? Literally saying who we are,
Yeah, pretty much. Who you are, why you did it, that kind of thing.
why we did it. Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Well, you see, I was.
I think next week I might not be available for reasons. Oh no.
No.
I think I'm gonna be ill.
I've got my period. I'll get a sick note from my mom.
No, I've typed some ideas down and stuff. I'm feeling better about it because I was like,
Mm.
oh my god. Even though there's not actually, a kingdom listening to us, it's just us. I'm like, anxiety.
Well, I had my anxiety wee already.
You've already peed in your pants.
No, I went to the toilet.
That's what I went for too. Is that when you BRB'd? Because that was me too.
I already had a a vague plan of what I was going to say, and everything else was just going to be, well, improv.
Oh, I was just gonna fully wing it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
No,
had
no.
bullet points.
I've got bullet points.
Yay!
Oh, I was
No
going on the whole
speed.
sort of role playing like chorus. You know.
Yeah,
I
this
feel
is me role playing a Satari. She's got to know.
Yeah, I feel like
Two
Lycoris is
cards.
just gonna word vomit.
Yeah. Baby boy.
I may have killed people, but you've got no proof.
This is not a confession.
I killed people for good this time, so give me a fucking break. P.S.
Look,
Not a
just
vampire.
because I used to be the evil vampire queen who ruled over this land, that was hundreds of years ago.
What
Get
do you mean?
over it!
What do you mean I look like a...
I'm only sometimes possessed by her spirit. I don't know.
It happens
Forget
once in a
about
while. I feel like it's obvious, but I have taken off my vampire fang things.
Mm.
I think that would be a little bit too on the nose to go and speak in front of everyone wearing them. So they are not on. They're in my house.
You're just there like, blah, I will suck all your blood.
Bad.
Also, I'm a hero.
Yeah. Just ignore the man stood next to me. Definitely not my father. Cough, cough.
Everyone's just like looking everybody in unison is looking left, looking right, looking left, looking right.
I stood directly
Resemblance.
between my parents and being like,
It's like, don't worry about all this. I'm not related to one of them. It's just fine.
Nepotism.
really, it's on mum. She shouldn't have. You shouldn't shit where you eat. You eat, man, and she did. What a cock up. Slept with her
Never.
co-worker. And then had me. Double mistake.
It's gonna be May.
My.
May. It's gonna be May.
I'm gonna head off, my dudes.
I'm just gonna put a note in the chat to